D, wait for it, rightful.
I got the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
What's up, nerds? And have I got a story for you? Now, also down below, you can find the articles that I read to bring you this story, and you can read them for yourself, or you can just listen to this video where I'm going to read it to you. Also, I just want to say that if you like what I do here and you enjoy independent content here on YouTube, please consider subscribing to my channel. YouTube is always changing up their algorithm, and small channels like mine, we just keep getting shoved to the back of the line. So please ask that you like, share, and subscribe, and I thank you in advance. All right, so now that I got that out of the way, why don't we go ahead and get started? All right, you guys. So I wanted to talk about this because I really find it annoying when stars come out and they bitch and moan about, you know, not getting paid and everything. And there's reasons for it. So looks like Leslie Jones, she's, you know, irrelevant at this point in time. So she has to come out and try to, you know, be a part of the talk and everything. But she's come out, and this comes from Variety. It says, Leslie Jones opens up on Ghostbusters death threats, Jason Reitman's unforgivable comment, and fighting to increase her $67K salary offer. That's Leslie Jones. I just want to say also, before I get started on this, reading this article, I just want to say that I was a fan of Leslie Jones. I mean, I don't find her to be the funniest comic on the planet, but when she's in stuff, I do find her funny. You know, when she's on SNL, I do find her funny in certain, you know, skits and everything. So I just want to say that I'm not trying to crap all over Leslie Jones. But yeah. Okay, so it says Rolling Stone published an excerpt from Leslie Jones' new memoir in which the actor opened up about the brutal racism and death threats she received over her involvement in 2016's Ghostbusters reboot. The Sony release, directed by Bridesmaids Helmer, Paul Feig, became the target of racism and misogynistic trolls, featuring a main cast of all women. Jones starred in Ghostbusters opposite Melissa McCarthy, Kristen Wiig, and Kate McKinnon. Jones recalled the film's European press tour, where a journalist said to her, "I don't like this movie, and you've got 5 minutes to prove to me that it is worth watching." It wasn't just racism and misogyny either, she writes. A lot of it had to do with the fact that I was playing an MTA worker, as though that was something I should be ashamed of. I tried to fight back. As a comic, I was used to someone heckling me. So for every piece of bullshit on Twitter, I had a reply. Jones ended up deleting her Twitter account for 24 hours because the online harassment was so bad, and because there had been multiple attempts to hack me. Jark Dorsey. Oh, I think they mean to say Jack Dorsey. Man, Variety spell check. Jesus. Jack Dorsey was the CEO of Twitter at the time and sent a tweet to Jones telling her to DM him. She writes that he was aware that I was being brutally attacked in racial slurs and worse. So she messaged him, "You guys, wow." Added, "Jack put people on my account to monitor it because someone is always trying to hack me." Later on, Jones remembered breaking down in tears because the bullying got so hostile and turned to death threats. "I can't believe anyone would do this shit to anyone for working," she writes. "This is awful. I am in a movie, death threats for something as small as that." I do have to agree with her there. Being in a movie is not, I would have, listen, if I was her, I would have taken the gig too. Right now, I'd take the gig, even though I know it's going to be a crappy movie. You could tell me right now, Mad Cat, you're going to be in a crappy movie. Everybody's going to hate you. You're going to get death threats for it. You're going to get paid $67,000. And I'd say, where is the contract? I've got my pen ready. Anyways, I was being sent films of being hanged, of white guys jacking off on my picture saying, "You fucking N-word." Man, that's hardcore. "We going to kill you," she continued. Also, I just want to say, if anybody ever sent me a death threat, like I've gotten some like negative comments before, but if anybody ever sent me a death threat, trust me, I'd be putting that shit out in the public for people to see. There would be no stopping me. Same thing with racist comments. Anyways. Why are people being so evil to each other? How can you sit and type, "I want to kill you"? Who does that? That's a good question. I mean, I personally Even when people upset me, I've never thought of physical violence. I just thought of witty things to say back to him. Jones also remembered director Jason Reitman saying on a podcast that his 2021 reboot Ghostbusters Afterlife was trying to go back to the original technique and hand the movie back to the fans. Jones called this an unforgivable comment. I mean, it's not, but whatever. Although Reitman tried to walk it back, he shouldn't. He later said that came out wrong. I have nothing but admiration for Paul and Leslie and Kate and Melissa and Kristen. I don't. And the bravery with which they made Ghostbusters 2016. Ghostbusters 2016 is a lazy movie. I'm sorry. You want to watch that movie and like it, fine, be at it, but you just have bad taste. That movie is bad, and that's objective, not subjective. It's a terrible movie. It's not funny. It's not well written. It's not well acted. I mean, the only one that did a pretty good job is Kate McKinnon, but even there, she did mediocre. Like, it was her performance there was mid. They explained that the universe and made an amazing movie. No, they did not. No, they did not. They made a shitty movie, and people that don't want to admit that are just blithely unaware of how bad of taste they have. The damage was done. Bringing up the idea of giving the movie back to the fans was a pretty good one, but was a clear shout out to all those losers who went after us for making an all-female film. It's not about that. I'm telling you right now, if they made an all-female film and it was good, it would have shut the naysayers up. But you wrote a crappy movie. Paul Feig wrote a crappy movie. You guys acted in a crappy movie, and now you have to deal with it. So you being a big baby about it is not going to change anything. So it says, elsewhere in the excerpt, Jones said she also had to fight for her worth on set during the making of Ghostbusters reboot. I mean, if you already signed your contract, and you signed for $67,000, that's your fault, nobody else's. It was made clear to me at times during the process that I was lucky to even be on that movie. But honestly, I was thinking, I don't have to be in this motherfucker, she writes, especially as I got paid way less than Melissa McCarthy and Kristen Wiig. No knock on them, but my first offer was to do that movie for $67,000. I had to fight to get more. In the end, I got $150K, which was way more than you should have got. $67,000 was way more than you should have got. But the message was clear. This is gonna blow you up. After this, you're made for life. All that kind of shit. As though I had decades of successful career already. And in the end, all it made me was heartache and one big ass controversy. Jones' memoir, Leslie fucking Jones, is now available for purchase. Head over. No one's going to buy that book because no one cares, Leslie. I'm sorry. I don't have anything against you, but nobody cares. And this, in my opinion, was just ridiculous. So what's this all about? She talks about how she didn't get paid as much as Melissa McCarthy and Kristen Wiig. And we have to be honest of why. They're both established actors with proven track records. Leslie Jones wasn't. You know, they got paid more because they were worth more. And I have to be honest with you, Kate McKinnon was better than all y'all. And I'm pretty sure she didn't get paid as much as Melissa McCarthy or Kate McKinnon. So this big whine fest, I've had enough of everybody being like, I should get paid what I'm worth. Yes, you should, but you have to keep in reality. I mean, what was your big role? What, SNL? Big whoop. I mean, tons of people are on SNL. It's what you do after SNL. You have to get the big movies and you have to do a good job. You know, Will Ferrell did SNL, but he also did a bunch of really good movies. So I just go, if you're just going to sit here and bitch and moan about stuff, then why don't you go out and prove yourself instead of bitching and moan about it? Tell me, what do you guys think about this? How do you feel about Leslie Jones whining in her memoir about not getting paid as much? Well, the first outing, not getting paid as much, and then, complaining then to get a bigger salary. Do you agree with me that you think that Kristen Wiig and Melissa McCarthy were more established actors and deserve to get paid more? Because people, let's be honest, if there was, it was a small percentage of people going to see this movie because of Leslie Jones. But, or do you think she was 100% in the right to complain and whine about her salary and everything? And then are you going to buy this book of hers? Because, I mean, like, let's be honest. I like Leslie Jones, but I don't like Leslie Jones enough to care about reading her memoir. I don't care what happened in her life. You can go ahead and leave all your comments in that section down below. If you like this video, go and hit that like button. I won't mind. If you're my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. And I will see you guys next week. You guys have a good week. Bye.